Ladies and gentlemen, Melina's looking amazing, darlings. Now, guys, I'm sort of doing TikTok talks. I'm talking about videos that have already done TikTok talks on, darling. It's like a review of a TikTok review, darlings. Now, I hope you like the show. I hope you think it's fine. Fine, not fine, but fine. All right, totally enjoy, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now my voice is out, darlings. It's out like dinner, darlings. Totally enjoy the show, everyone. Now, guys, one thing I want to touch upon right now is Wendy Williams. Now, Wendy Williams was very, very beautiful not so long ago. I think maybe 4 years ago. She was like super beautiful and super thin. And she looks great now, don't get me wrong. She's really, really pretty. She looks really, really good for sure. She totally looks great. The only thing I feel bad for her about is her lymphedema. Like her ankles are so swollen. I'm not sure if it's painful or not, but I'm like, oh, poor girl. Like that must be tough, Poor girl living through lymphedema. She has to deal with having lymphedema. It just must be awful. Um, and I'm so happy for her. She's found a man, and she's doing well. She's really interesting. I mean, to have lymphedema and still have a really great talk show where you can get people interested in what you're saying and all that. I mean, she really put lymphedema on the map for people to know, hey, this is not something that people like, and well, obviously no one's gonna like it, but this is something that people are dealing with, and they want Wendy Williams to show the way about how to deal with it properly, guys. It is something that is obviously must be very hard on her. I mean, she was gorgeous before, and she looks great for sure. But I mean, obviously it must be tough. I mean, I feel for her, and she's a strong woman. And she's had her show for, I guess she's been around on TV and radio altogether for about 36, 37 years. So that's pretty impressive. Um, you know, and she's getting huge. I mean, she's very popular. Having a daytime talk show means you must really be on the cutting edge of what TV offers, and like she's really pulling her weight, darlings. She's really pulling her weight. Now, I mean, it must be hard to have a talk show where you talk the whole time and you're just interviewing people and talking about what they're doing and all that. I mean, it's just kind of like, well, sometimes you're just like, are you feeling dead air? Because when she talks about food and just random things that you're like, why is she talking about that? Like she talks about food a lot, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And a lot of her fans who I love the finest of foods, so when she talks about it, it's interesting. But I'm like nobody else really on TV talks about food, and a lot of people in Hollywood and everything don't eat that much because they're always dieting and getting really thin and gorgeous. But Wendy Williams talks about it, so it's good. You wanna hear about ideas. But I find I try not to talk about food, uh, for the simple fact that I'm always trying to be really gorgeous and thin. And of course I eat food, and sometimes I do eat in abundance. I do eat a lot. But I try to make sure you guys know that I'm for your health and your fitness. So to look at this good, guys, you really have to stay on top of that and make sure you're doing a really good job with your diet and exercise. Now, for the reason that Wendy Williams does talk about food, that's the reason why I don't, because I know it's important to have a channel where, you see TV commercials where you have all these people eating a lot of foods at restaurants. Of course, restaurants are great. We love restaurants. I love restaurants. Honestly, I love restaurants. KFC, I love KFC. I love McDonald's. I love restaurants with fancy foods. I mean, not too fancy or anything, darlings, but you know what I mean. I love restaurants, period. But of course, you need a channel that gets you away from all that and focuses on fitness and beauty and diamonds and glitter and non-food topics like things that are about dieting and exercise. I mean, there's tons of bodybuilders out there on their channels too, and they focus on the same thing. They're not, well, some of them do have a lot of food and they eat a lot of food and they talk about it, but they're bodybuilders. They're gonna work out a lot. They want to get hefty. They want to get huge. They want to be burly. So they have to eat a lot. Some of them, it depends on what weight category you're in, but some of them do eat a lot, and that makes sense. But I mean, for the most part, my channel is safe from all that. If you want a channel that talks about food, see Wendy Williams. Because people love Wendy Williams. I love Wendy Williams too. Don't get me wrong, but I have to just tune that out sometimes. Unless I'm watching it when I'm gonna be done my videos, because I'll eat after that at that point, and then I don't mind. It's just grab a snack, come on back, because at that point I've already decided I'm gonna eat as much as I can before the next set of videos, and I'm just gonna eat a lot, or maybe not a lot, but just eat between sets of videos. Anyway, guys, I really like the fact that my channel is really wholesome and really good, and it's really kind of like making sure you guys stay on top of your diet. I know for me, as soon as I see TV and I'm just like, if they show like tons of food, I just get like, oh no, like I'm trying to diet here, like don't show that. But I'm pretty good at willpower. And I do love restaurant commercials. Don't get me wrong. I do love them because sometimes I want to get a just different idea for what I want to eat when I'm eating. But for the most part, my channel is safe from all that, and it makes sure that you guys stay on top of your game, darlings. And make sure you stay on top of your game, your dieting game, darlings. Alright, guys, click that subscribe button, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bye, guys.